So we are kicking things off on July 17th in Rotterdam. July 17th was my almost birthday, so that was very special. Getting to spend the day with Gabriella and Lisetta and Ilse, who you'll all meet in a second. But it was a gorgeous day, absolutely sunny, so much fun. We got to go to a brand new museum called the Phoenix, F-E-N-I-X, and it's a modern art museum with super cool, like these stairs. I mean, it looks like a ship, which is the point because Rotterdam is such a maritime city. And so you get really cool views all over the water, and there's actually a giant ship out back that way that is no longer sailing, but you can, I guess, eat on it or something. It was really interesting. We did not. We stayed in the museum. But as you can see, all of these buildings over here are fairly new because after the war, Rotterdam had gotten bombed quite a bit. There's us. Hello. You will see us again in a different, in a better light, I should say. But it was really fun to see our reflection. And then, so all of the, or a major part of the museum was about immigration and movements of peoples. And so this exhibit here was one of my favorites. It was super, super loud to hear this gate just wham into the wall. And it did, I think, every 30 minutes or something. So we had heard it on the way in, but didn't know what it was. And then we found out. But so there are a lot of different art pieces by Dutch artists, by international artists, all about the theme of, you know, moving and being in a different space. And what is the value? Oh, these are so cool. This is like quintessential Rotterdam. These guys are on, you know, computer back screens. These are fun. You can actually live in those yellow houses. Don't know how, but people do. And it's really fun to look at. And, oh, of course, we had to stop by the library. I mean, look at how gorgeous. Oh, my gosh. I could have stayed in there forever. But it was really nice. Just kind of wander around, see what was up. And then we went to, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's the Markthal. And so people live on the side where you see all the squares. Those are apartments on the outside. The inside is all painted, and I just loved that it was like, oh, florals, and then shrimp and broccoli. It was really fun. So we had lunch up top, on top of all these little food stores in the middle there, which was super fun to see. There were even a couple birds inside. I don't think I got a video of those, but that was kind of fun. I just liked that side. That was inside there too. And then we also saw a guy washing windows at the same time, and I was like, that is not a job for me. That looks absolutely terrifying. But then, of course, more bees. We met Sarah for drinks at the end of the day, and of course we had a fun little chunky bee come say hi. I was so excited. And there's all of us, so there you can see us in 3D, 5D. Anyway, next day, Dre, Marlene, and I left super early to drive down to Nijmegen for the Vierdaagse. And these people on the side have been walking for a couple hours at this point. And it's only like 7:30 in the morning, maybe 8 o'clock. And this is the last day of the Vierdaagse. So they've been walking lots of miles for a while. So there are a couple of us in Dick and Nanette's house. Oh, look at us. They live on the route for the Vierdaagse. So it was really fun to set up a tent, have some snacks, and cheer people on literally like all day. Most people came through at like 10 to 4 was kind of the main hubbub. And as you'll see, the gladiola flowers are really important. The final bit of the walk is called the Via Gladiola, and it has something to do with gladiators. Nijmegen does have Roman history as well. There's a Roman fort or something near here. But army guys walk this, regular people walk this. It all started as I think a Dutch army training or something after World War I, maybe. So, but now everybody can do it, and you can walk around. I think oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do the research on this, but it's either 50 miles or 50 kilometers a day. I think it's 50 miles. It's a long ass way, and you have like 12 hours to complete it. And every day, you know, people don't make it and get kicked off the route, which is super sad. But man, the blisters that we saw on some people were nuts. And then Oh my gosh. Okay, this felt personal. So the Scottish band was like number 3 of Scottish bands that we saw that day, and each one quit piping like 20 feet in front of us and took a break while they passed us. And I was like, no, I wanted to hear the pipes. But no, that was not in the cards for us today. But look at how pretty they are. It was just so fun to see everyone, and like there were different bands from other countries as well that would play, and like military bands. So it was just really lively. People were having a lot of fun that day, even though you could tell people were super tired, because it was the 4th day that they've been walking this route. And then here's us trying to keep people's spirits up and keeping the gladiolas from wilting too bad. It was hot that day, so they were definitely sagging. But it was a lot of fun. It was a great time. Oh, and then after everything after it quieted down, or after the race finished, then we biked into town. And this is the route I thought I was going to die. This felt like a war zone, biking through what I think a lot of this is like college student housing, or not necessarily student housing, but a lot of students live here. And so this was like party central, and people were literally chucking couches, chairs, broken glass bottles all along this route, because I didn't get a video of it. I was so sad. But there are garbage trucks that come along and just clean everything up. And literally within the like 5 hours that we were through this area and like celebrating and going to all the different like music stuff, it was clean. By the time we went home, it was a completely different street. But of course, first we had to go to an ABBA cover band, and it was the best. Just hanging out, dancing to ABBA with all of our thousands of closest friends in the middle of town. It was a great time. And then of course we've got more ABBA with Jacques. This was great. Look at that. Okay, well, after I finish this voice note, we'll see if I can figure out how to leave the music on in this part. So maybe I'm dancing to music, maybe I'm not. We'll find out. Oh, I hope I left the music in. Sure. Oh, I should probably leave that part out. Whatever. I did not obviously look at this before I started talking, but we're too far in, baby. You get a couple different angles of ABBA. Oh well, that was a great time. It was really fun. And then we had a cover band called the Dirty Daddies, which, oh my gosh, these guys rocked. I really hope I can keep the sound in, but they did kind of punk covers of songs. It was so much fun, and there was fire. And it was just, it was a great time. Highly recommend. And I guess they sold out like 15,000 seat auditorium or arenas or whatever, so that's pretty fun. And I believe at this point they're singing Cascada? Maybe not. Maybe that's next. Anyway, it was a great time. Had a lovely time dancing, singing along. Oh my gosh, so fun. And foyer. Felt so young and cool. And this is at like 10:30 at night. I was still awake, pretty proud of myself. I hope I have music on this. We'll find out. Oh, and then we ended the night with some sandwiches under whatever this thing was. And I think 2 of my cousins have apartments around there. That was fun. Oh, next day, Dick and Annette and I went to the Blumen Park in Appleturn, not Appledorn, different town, which is like the IKEA of gardens. It was awesome. So you can see all the different flowers and how to set up different like gardens and things. And this was really funny. I thought it was great. We have, oh, look at that. Such a fun romp in the hay. Look at that. Gotta love it. And these were some of my favorite kind of garden patio things. That one just looked kind of old and fun and weathered. I liked that a lot. And then these trees, I think these were sycamore trees, maybe. And you can train them to make a ceiling, which I was like, that is awesome. So I'm going to try that someday. And then this was vines over like rebar, which I was like, that's a great idea. Also pretty cheap and fun. And then, the next day we went to the Open Lucht Museum with Lenta. Hello. This was super fun. We got to take an old tram around and then see, like, they had old buildings. So this is like a barn kind of set up from, I don't really want to say like the 1500s, maybe the 1400s. I can't really remember. But all of these things are from the time period and have been moved to this museum. So super, super cool to see all these like thatched houses and from all different parts of the Netherlands. Oh, and this is called Ja Knikker. I said it wrong and I said a slur accidentally in Dutch. So Ja Knikker. It's a lot of fun. This is a giant barn. This was so cool. I had never seen like an old barn this big, but I guess I think it was from the 1600s, and so you'd have like all the animals would live in here, and then as you can see on the far side, the humans would also live in here, and like the hay would be stored up top, and so you'd have all the heat together. Then we went to the fancy dancy side, and this is like all the rich people from the north version of their houses, and these houses were massive. Oh my gosh, and the insides were so ornate. So this, I think, is like a merchant's house from Groningen in like the 1800s or something. And then they even had a butter and cream factory that they moved here. And that was really fun to go see. And then I didn't catch it on the video, but there's a guy that literally eats like a tablespoon of butter. I guessed a quality taste test, but I was like, whoa, that's a lot of butter. They had a blacksmith working on making a nail, and it took like 4 minutes to make one nail, and I was like, man, that's a lot of work, but really cool. And then we saw a laundry. This is from like late medieval, early modern periods. This is, I think, 14 to 1500. And it was just really fun to see kind of the early mechanization of things and how like different recipes of how you would actually get clothes and sheets clean. It was a lot of fun. Also very wet, because obviously it splashed quite a bit. And then we got to see different trams from all over the Netherlands and different times. And so I can't remember which one of these trams, but depending on how busy it is in town, and I can't remember which town, but then they'll use some of these trams if it gets too busy. So that was pretty fun. Also saw a cool bird. I think this is a heron. Karis, let me know if I'm wrong. And then, oh my gosh, the puffertje maker. This is the best. You can see little spurts of the dough coming out into the little... I was too scared to go up and like actually do it close up, sorry. But you can look up another YouTube of an actual blogger doing all these. But then you get puffertjes, and then you just cover them in butter and powdered sugar, and it is the best. Oh my gosh, perfect little pick-me-up. We get the little puffies. Lenta with the goods. Oh my gosh, truly the best. Man, I love puffertjes. I did not have enough while I was there. I need to go back. And of course, I had to take a picture by the windmill. So fun. I think that one's actually a mill, like a sawmill. This is Dick and Annette's backyard. And then within 3 minutes, it was pouring rain. But then it also stopped within 5. So, what are you going to do? It was really beautiful. Oh my goodness. So much fun. So then the next day I had to get back to The Hague for language school. And this, I was like, I really hope it stays nice, because it was looking a little tempestuous. But we were fine. I got to take the tram this time, because normally I would take the bus from either Scheveningen or from Voorburg. But this time I got to take the tram. And then, oh man, the clouds were just something else that day. It was so nice. Look at it. I didn't get rained on. That was lovely. Had a nice little walk to Myrta's house. Oh, I guess I put that in twice. Ha 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 ha. That's what I get for not editing before I start talking. But what you gonna do? Then we've got, again, more clouds. It was just the best. And they were moving fairly quickly. I know you can't tell in the video, but it was so much fun to watch. I even got to my lesson like 20 minutes early, so I just sat down under a tree and watched the clouds go by, and it was real nice. Look at that. I think I tried to get a video of how fast they were moving. I don't think I really succeeded, but it was really nice. I did scare a couple people that were on a bike and one person that was in a car, because I was just sitting on the curb and they gave me funny looks, and I was like, nah, it's fine. And then I realized I never took a video of Dre and Marlene's street, but this is Romulus. It's a great little area. And then we went to the Westfield Mall, which I guess we have in the States. Look at how big this thing is. This was so nice. Like, and it even smelled good. And of course, I had to go see the bookstore. Obviously bought a couple books. And this fun giraffe. So fun. Oh, and all of these birds have died either because of Dre and Marlene's windows or because of their friends' windows. And so that parrot in the middle here has been in their freezer for like 10 years. And they finally got them all taxidermied and hung up while I was there. And it was so much fun. This little robin with the red breast was probably my favorite. So cute. Oh, this done to Acha. So the next day was day one of visiting all the aunts who are still living, my Opa sisters. So it's so much fun, but wow, my brain was mush. And that's Tony, who is a niece. Oh, and this is the best day of my life. So we got the little bug, little bee was on Yara's pants, and then it let me hold it, which was the best. I could have died of happiness. So then he just kind of hung out, and we were going to ice cream with Yara and Rule, and I was like, well, he's not flying off, so I guess we're just gonna hang out. And so we were choosing ice cream, and there I am trying to hide the bee from the employee, and I didn't have my glasses, so I couldn't read. But then I went and found some flowers for him to hang out on, and I think he was very happy. Look at that little butt. And this is like literally across the street from their house. This is the cutest neighborhood. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun to walk around. There used to be sheep in that churchyard. There are no longer. I haven't seen them the last 2 times I've been, so who knows where they ended up. But probably Mutton or somewhere else, you know. But it was really nice. Lovely time to walk. And then the last day is Tante Truus. Oh my gosh, she's so fun. Still as fun as ever. Oh, and then we had, I can't remember what this place is called, but it was very like an American howdy, but pannkuchen place. It was so good. It's really delicious. This is the last night. I think I was trying to get, oh no, I just like spying on their neighbors. It's quite fun. When you're that high up, you can really look over everybody's fences. It's a great time. I love it. And then early morning or late at night, I can't remember. But we had to leave early for the airport, so I think this is in the morning. I don't know, that's The Hague over there. That's pretty fun. And there's me, bye-bye! Heading off to Ireland for 2 days, little whirlwind. This is in Dublin. We took a bus into the city or something. I can't quite remember where that was. It was either at the airport. This is the airport. Hello. And then the bus. Oh, my first glance of the River Liffey this time around. So fun and a gorgeous day. This is only like 9 a.m. Then got to my hotel, and oh my gosh, so cute. It had like an Alice in Wonderland theme kind of going on. And so the decor is so like cringe millennial, but it was great. It has an espresso machine. Made a lot of use of that after I had a nice little quick nap because I was so tired. It was seriously, I got to this hotel at like 11 a.m. and I was wiped. And then I realized in this little cupboard, all the tea, and you could get like little snacks and things. So that was really fun, and that really kind of rounded out the whole thing. Then of course, got a little bit of whiskey at night. The next day, I had a different room, and holy moly, this was the Lady Jane suite. It was incredible. The shower was gigantic. There's a literal hallway into this room. So you have like a little desk, a little vanity, so cute. And then, oh my gosh, so much storage. Giant bed. And the fireplace doesn't work. I did look to see if it would, but it was obviously too hot anyway. But if I had makeup to do, I could have done it there. but I didn't. I did sit there in my gorgeous pajamas though and felt really fancy. I was like, again, espresso maker, and then they even had these little like a poem a day. So that was fun, or I guess for every night of the year. So then, of course, I had to go see what was the poem for that day. I don't even remember. So this will be news to all of us. Let's see. Drum roll. What do we got? Nope. Can't stop now. We're not in August. It's still July. Still July. I should have put a bookmark, but I didn't. Anyway. Wow, it's a long poem. What did we do? Oh, it's an Auden poem. That's nice. And then I wrote, Dr. Eleanor Yanaga's The Once and Future Sex. This book rocks. Oh my gosh, I did have to leave it in Edinburgh later on because I didn't have any room to pack it, but it was delightful. Highly recommend, even if you're like, girl, I'm not doing your program. So fun. She's so snarky, so witty. We love it. Great book. Then, guess what? I was like, you know what? Since I'm going to be going on these like tours, I'm going to have so much time to work on all my little vlogs. I'm going to run down to Greystones, meet up with Adam, who now has my 2 giant suitcases, and see if I get my laptop. So I had my laptop the whole time, but you know what? I didn't do anything because I didn't actually have time. So that's why you get 2 vlogs today. And you get a little haiku book for just being there, I guess. And they do turn down service with like chocolate. I was like, this is the best. Early morning the next day, leaving Dublin for Shetland. So I got my also very early bus. I beat the construction workers to work that day. That was crazy. I got the bus up like 6:30 in the morning. Then this is again saying goodbye to the River Liffey. Nice little trek through town. This was the quietest I've ever seen Dublin at any point, because it's not even 7 o'clock at this point. The river was really low. And then, oh man, I'm just glad I did get a video of the airplane leaving Dublin, heading down the runway on a jet plane. So that was really fun. And here we go at some point into the air on the way to Shetland, which will be in the next video, because Shetland deserves its own video. It was mind-blowing. So this is the end of my Dutch adventure, my Dutch month and quick trip into Ireland. But you have the Shetland and Edinburgh and Inverness all coming up. So don't you worry, we are still trek-a-leckin'. I'm still on vacation even now. So we got a long ways to go. Okay, bye!